Hey guys, I noticed you guys were in here before. I'm setting up the studio, but I'm not sure. And you guys are talking about it in here. See, look. Oh, maybe he's setting up another screen to read comments. Yeah, I am going to try to do that as well, but I'm not sure I know how. I'm going to try it on this other computer and let's see if it pops up. I noticed you guys were in here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to be able to read these live. Okay. And new pinned chat. Okay. Live. I keep forgetting to carry my pen though. I geocache and oftentimes don't have a pen. I'm rocking the Manix 2 and M390 and titanium scales and an MXG deep carry clip. I have the MX2. I have the Manix 2, excuse me, lightweight, but the action on it is not that good. I'm not too thrilled with it. So what happens, guys? It just does it say that it's live, and then it just there's like no screen. I can't. I don't know what's going on the other end for you guys because I enter the studio in StreamYard. Nice EDC. Do you have a pic of it on Insta? I want to see it.
Do que vocês estão falando?
Sobre essa live, you know? Okay, so.
Como assim sobre essa live? Hey, Marcos.
The problem is there's a little bit of a lag when I watch it. I had one with good action and one Manix 2 with not so good action. I switched the one with to the titanium scales. Oh, and then it got better. But with the lightweight versions of Spyderco, you can't actually swap out scales, can you? I don't know if you can or not. Let me see if I can find my Manix 2.
Você vai pegar um Spyderco?
É, Spyderco, momento.
Ok. Aventura. Era pra você ter colocado tudo isso antes. Oh. O disco caiu. Já chegou o disco voador. Outra aventura. Charlie's Adventure.
Okay, which the G10? Okay, let's see. Okay, it fixed it.
Next year.
G10 version.
Next year. Que fala? Próximo ano. Vou voar para Hollywood.
Okay, EDC, quit mentioning it, please. It's awkward. Okay, so I also, just for other Axis type locks, this is the Amari Field Bro. It's a bit blocky. It's not like super well chamfered, but the action's pretty good. I really like the Perpetua TJ Schwartz Millet Knives drop. The version 2 chamfered that a little bit better there, so that you have better access to the thumb studs, which, as you can see, it's not super great. But otherwise, the action's really nice. And then, yeah, this is the Manix 2 lightweight, but it's, I mean, I guess it's okay. It's more of a controlled fall, you know, but it's not like super drop shutty.
Amor, fala para eles que você vai vir final do ano para cá.
Okay, guys, let's keep it to knives for now. Otherwise, it does look good from there. This is the Amari field, bro. This, oh, wait. Yeah, this is the Manix 2. This isn't the XL, right? Yeah, this is the CTS BD1. So this is the budget Golden Colorado USA Earth. This is just the regular wire clip. And
Amor, responde lá.
deixe, tá?
Por quê? Todo mundo pergunta, você não diz nada sobre o assunto.
I kind of want someone to put a mirror edge on my CRKT CEO, give it that extra CEO pop. Do you have a sharpening system that you can put your own polished edge on it? I think you can use ceramic, I think. Some people don't like it because you can tear it out of your pocket and rip up the GFN. Dark blue G10. Yeah, this is just a lightweight. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. You cannot switch these scales. Is that correct? I mean, like these are like rivets. There's no torque screw on these. Only that. You see, there's no screws on these. They're just like rivets. So I don't think you can change anything with these lightweights. I guess it's not terrible. It's pretty good, I guess. I have, let's see, I'm trying to think on, oh, I know, on my PM2.
Diminui a minha tela, por favor. Obrigada.
Yeah, I've got the deep carry clip on that. I don't think that's the Lynch clip, or is it? I've got that one on the PM2. And I love the action on the PM2, but this is not, well, is there even a lightweight PM2? There's a pair of 3 lightweight. I don't think, is there a PM2 lightweight? I can't think of one. Yeah, I think so. It's just their way of saying, oh, we'll offer you something cheaper. I haven't tried to sharpen it yet. I'm too new to the scene. Oh, this is an MXG. Okay, you're right. It is. This is an MXG clip. Oh, wait, that's right. It's an MXG clip. So I never carry this. I just keep it at home and flip it, and I do cut with it and stuff. But I'm too afraid of losing it. I carry like my Gonzos and my M-Techs and stuff, and I've already lost some of those. So I'd hate to. I don't want to have to replace a PM2. Hell no. That one's made for the Spyderco Manix 2. Do you mean you have this clip? No, okay, yeah. I don't know what the regular Mannix looks like. And then have you guys seen this? This is a cheap Kershaw. It's only like $20, but it's got this thing called the Induction. This is called the Kershaw Induction. It's a G&G Hawk design. Um, I don't know how it works. You can kind of hear it. That flipper disappears as well, so you can see. So the way it's made, it becomes right one with the forward choil. This is a really good fidget knife for its price. Um, Something you should consider. Maybe shorter. Stasa talked about something like that. A knife with such sentiment that you don't carry it. Well, no, it's not the sentiment. It's not at all. I don't have any sentimental bond with this. It's the price point. You know, I already hate losing a $14 M-Tech. If I lose a $140 PM2, I'm gonna be super duper 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 fucking pissed. I do not want to have to replace a PM2. Like I said, I even get pissed off about losing my. I've lost a $5 knife too, and I'm still pissed about that. So, it's not the sentiment. It's just the pure because I lose shit like easy. Like I lose it super easy. I mean, I've EDC'd this a lot. I EDC'd my Kershaws because those were kind of my first knives. Um, but I mean, I have admittedly um, EDC'd this a few times, the Mordax, just because I love fidgeting with it so much. But yeah, I mean, I basically don't EDC any of my uh, expensive knives. I have EDC'd the Watu a few times. I have to admit, I do EDC my Solaris, but that's $80. Um, as you can see, I use it a lot. I EDC this a lot. This is probably one of my most EDC'd knives because it's not super expensive, um, and it's a Scandi, it's fidgety, it's useful, etc. But yeah. Um, Yeah, I mean, probably, but I use my knives at home uh, oftentimes more often than when I'm on the road. I might do a quick thing and then be on with it. Um, and for that, I also have the SOG keychain knife. I find myself using that a lot. Like when I'm on the road, oftentimes I need something more covert. So I use. Remember, I showed you the GDC, the Gerber GDC, the zip tie, the zipper pull knife that I have on my phone, which is charging right here. Well, it must have dropped. Anyway, it's somewhere around here. I use that a lot. I've used this a lot. Let me show you this. See, this is another, just to keep making my point. So this is another thing that Gerber does that again is really original. Nobody else does anything like this. They call this I think the keynote, but it's basically like a keychain. It's got a pocket clip, and you can hang your keys. I used to EDC this quite a lot, um, and it's not a true flipper. It just gets it started, and then it's kind of a nail nick. But again, this is a very covert blade. I've used this on the road a lot. Um, I haven't been carrying it lately, but I've used this a lot. I've used my SOG keychain knife a lot. Uh, Again, when I'm on the road, as far as like EDC, and then when I get home and I need to do more heavy use stuff, I'll use my. These days, I've been using my 20.5 a lot, just because I love the knife so much. Hey, Grumpy Grunt. why do we buy it if we don't use it and enjoy it? I mean, I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy it by sitting with it and flicking it. This is, I mean, like my PM2, I just sit flicking it like for, I mean, I've spent hours and hours and hours just spidey flicking. I do this like as I'm watching videos or TV or whatever, as I'm sitting here, I just flip it. I did that a ton with my Perpetua back when I was super into the axis locks. I would just sit here and flick it and use the axis lock. That's one reason I like to pick up cheaper used ones. If it's a design I know we'll get beat. I just do it anyway. I mean, I've been let's see, I think, yeah, pretty much nearly every single Spyderco I've gotten on secondary, and they've been in great shape. So, I got your box packaged up. I didn't post those tomorrow. So. Hey, thanks for stopping in. I was introduced to these cheap honey badgers through bees, and they are awesome. And I'm not afraid to lose it too much. Yeah, I have a honey badger too, and the action is unbelievable. I use every single knife I own, zero worries. Open bags of charcoal with my Hinder Jurassic, no problem, no worries. That's cool. I mean, like I said, I do use my knives when I'm at home, but I lose stuff. My friend that he lost his $600 custom bench made 940. So that's just we just wouldn't do that. That's exactly what I would do. Knives are meant to be used, except my Espada. Yeah, I barely get a chance to use my cold steels. Talk about enjoying though. I love just pulling those out and opening them and doing the drop with the catching it with the Ricasa. I love doing that with the my gigantic cold steels are just fun to flip open.
Do que vocês estão falando?
I will try it and baby. Okay, so let me just open this real quick. So this is the Cash Card folding knife, lightweight design that fits in a wallet. This doesn't fit in a wallet. Okay, includes a money clip. So I guess if you take the money clip off, it's meant to fit in your wallet. I never thought about that. That's kind of bizarre. And I definitely didn't think of it that way. So unboxing knife or channel knife, the Frank Frazetta Ghoul Queen.
Você ainda tem facas fechadas? Pensei que você já tivesse aberto todas. Essa é qual?
Qual marca?
É
SOG.
SOG. Fala?
Sim. Era a marca bem, mas agora é mais ou menos. Eu
diminui
gosto
a qualidade.
Mais. Muitos outros eu gosto muito mais.
Entendi.
Okay, so it definitely is very minimalist. Doesn't seem to be flickable. I guess it's meant to be slow rolled, but I guess I'll have to see. It's basically a frame lock. It definitely is thin enough. That probably could fit in the wallet. But this is definitely a wallet clip knife. Don't know why they have such aggressive jimping right there. I guess. I mean, that's painful. And look at can you see the flex? I mean, this metal is so soft. The frame lock is so soft. Can you see the flex? Can you see the flex? Maybe that's why people fell out of favor with SOG. Let's see the centering. Yes, not that great. Yeah. Oh, I forgot the rest of my lights. Sorry. My disco lights. The rest of them, anyway. Look at this. Good night, Scott. Thanks for joining in. Hit like on the way out if you could. Baby Espada. They did make, I think, a medium Espada. Oh, hey. Hey, Ali, what do you do for living if you're willing to share? Are you a superhero? Am I a superhero? I manufacture clothing downtown. I produce animated films. I'm working on a documentary right now. I also teach English. Yeah, I wear many hats. And I do like the honey badger. I got the hawkbill, a very aggressive hawkbill. Get one, cheap and fun to play with. You mean the honey badger? I think the honey badger is awesome. Drago video. Hey, see you later, Grumpy Grunt. Okay, what does it say? Did you see Knife Center's video? They showed some autos, GRN handles, and D2 steel for 100. Yeah, that's too much. Man, I'll stick with the Kalashnikov. I agree. The Kalashnikovs are half the price. SOG stuff is really overpriced. Cape in tow, yeah. I mean, because they have basically the upscale version of this with premium steels. What was it called? The Ultra or something, and it was like $135 or something. It was just like ridiculous, And this is the Almar Stinger. So this is Almar makes this themselves. They upgraded it to a D2, but the original version was not the original version, but they had a production version with Kershaw where they had the Almar, I think 1 through 5, and that one was the Almar 4, I think.
Essa faca é tão pequenininha.
É super pequeno.
É da mesma marca lá do?
Não, é total outra marca.
Boa qualidade?
Qualidade, sim. Ele era espião e comando. Ele era comando, essa cara, Almar.
Sério?
Sim. So this
tipo
was the
CIA?
Kershaw Al Mar 4. And I used to EDC this sucker like crazy. This is I'm going to have to do an updated covert knives thing because this I've gotten in everywhere as well. Nobody ever knows this is a knife. It's got that great little design there. Almar Designs 8CR13. It's a Kershaw, and it's got that little finger choil. It's a 2-finger knife. Definitely needs a lanyard for those last 2 fingers. But I mean, look at that. You just cannot see that. So I mean, that's why when I EDC, I often end up using more knives like this, which is why I as yet haven't really had the need of carrying my PM2, and especially when I'm around other people, I'll carry my pink Dozier. It's very unthreatening because it's pink. They're like, oh, it's cute, it's pink. So this is the Kershaw version. This is way more discreet than this. This attracts too much attention. So, but I don't know. We'll see. So I'll go ahead and open it up real quick, and we shall see.
Cadê?
Okay, so comes with this overly elaborate. I mean, that is a lot of stuff. It's surprisingly thick in multiple languages. Warning: do not use under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Knife care. Warranty stuff. Yeah, nothing major. I mean, that's kind of funny. That don't use while drunk. Warning. Oh, okay. And this is okay. It's definitely very different. This is nothing but GRN. They have literally rubber on this, so it's much more comfortable. Warning: extremely sharp. Read warnings. Use manual before using this tool. Okay, so here we go. There goes the warning. And less George Protec SBR. Try to catch up. Agreed. Yeah, and I don't even like autos anymore. I mean, after I got a couple of autos, I realized I don't like autos for the same reason I don't like assisted. You can't spring them shut. You got to use more movements to get it shut. So it goes this way, and it's rubberized. It's much. I mean, but it's not as discreet. Look. Now it's less boxy, so that's good. Doesn't have the lanyard hole, and looks like I cut part of the rubber off. Great. All right, so I already did that. This used friction. They're using a tab here, so I don't think I like that as much either. I definitely don't like that as much. Yeah, you almost need two. It's the blade stock is way thinner as well. So take a look.
Olha,
And this
tá
is a
tudo bem,
full
tá
tang.
bom.
The Kershaw is a full tang. This is like a no tang knife. Look at that. See?
Chega mais
That's
perto
a
da
no tang
câmera.
knife. Okay?
Mais pro. Isso, assim.
So pretty big difference. The Kershaw one is literally a full tang. This Al Mar one is a no tang, as you can see, is a no tang knife. However, that's a false wedge up there. So it's definitely more thinly ground, and the blade itself is smaller. But yeah, the Kershaw version of this is way better. No lanyard loop. Yeah, I am not thrilled at all with this. And this was designed as a neck knife. This one comes with a keychain, so I guess this is meant more as a keychain knife, which might explain why they want it to be more solid. So I don't know. Maybe I will make that a keychain knife after all. So, kind of disappointed. Oh, okay. The Ultralight keyring knife. Okay, integral sheath, D2 steel blade. Yeah, I mean this is almost a hard use mini fixed blade in that it's got a thick blade stock. It's full tang, slightly larger. I think, does it go in either way? No, I don't think so. Yeah, it only goes in one way. Yeah, it only goes in one way. Yeah. Whereas this, yeah, I mean, it looks kind of cuter. I mean, it's definitely smaller-ish, as you can see. It's slightly smaller in all dimensions. This is definitely probably a little too blocky. It's even got a drain hole. This has no drain hole at all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how thrilled I am. It's very light. Unlike this is quite heavy. So, thank you. I'll go 50 more for a Protec. That's probably not a bad idea. I'm looking at Protec TR3 or less towards Protec SR.
Olha.
Hey everyone, we are well, just doing freelance while I listen. Can Protec TR3. Oops, I already read that.
Olha o nosso amigo Paulinho. Ei, Paulinho!
Don't mind me, what are your rates for graphic jobs? First Malibu, but it's manual and it's smooth. I bet the autos are just amazing. Yeah, like I said, I'm not too much into autos. And you know what? I don't know that I'm super into the Malibu either. I think I still like my Mordax a lot better. Might be yeah, I didn't know they made Malibu autos either. I meant Protec autos, right? Let's see. Have I handled a Protec auto? Oh, I
Bom
have.
dia. Bom dia. Olá, bom dia. Bom dia. Me diz que eu sou o erro, mas que erra todo dia. Bom dia.
Ah, you and your cheese balls, man. Both. I guess why not, right? Hey, you only live once.
Okay.
You could probably flip the one you like less and get your money back. Protec is like another level. Yeah, I agree. I'm not too thrilled with it right now. I've got a TR4 manual coming. The auto was too strong for me. Yeah, some of those autos they just kick right out of your hand too. I showed you guys the Kalashnikov XXL. I mean that thing just kicks. So either someone going with both. Good, go for it. Remember, Reese, you made the choice, not us, so don't come blaming us for your wallet losing weight. You know, we all have the same problem. My SNG kicks, but the TR4 felt like it was going to fly out of my hand. Oh yeah, that's right, Shane. You've got the neuropathy, right? How did that work for you? Hey, Paulo.
Noma, que ânimo, hein, que você tá?
My SIG. Oh, you have one of the SIGs? Oh, you have a launch one as well. Those launches are really nice, actually. I think the launch series, all the ones I flipped they got some kick. They're really nice. But again, the Kalashnikovs are so affordable, and it's weird because poker tends to be more overpriced in loads of other stuff, but their Kalashnikovs are at such good price. Oh yeah, the Kershaws. I've been wanting to grab one of the launch versions. Yeah, that launch Cali legal hook blade, the hawkbill looks really cool. Looks very aggressive. If I remember correctly, I think I like the launch 11. I think that was the one. I would soften them if I could, though. Yeah, launch 11. Like my Cold Steel Micro Recon one for my keychain. Yeah, I have two of those. I have. Well, not on there. This one.
Tá
So
procurando o quê?
I have the Micro Recon drop point, and I have the Tonto. I needed to get both. I don't know why I needed to get both, but I needed it. I think I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I decided to get them both. So I have too many keychain knives. It's a house knife, so I'm okay with a little help from my friends. Launch. The launch is every bit as good as a Protec, just not as good looking. Yeah, I mean a spring's a spring, right? And the action is smooth, so it's not a man of many hats. It's a man of many keychains. Lots of keychains, lots of knives, lots of machetes, lots of. Okay, now I am going to. I've got here a a sheath that. So, where did I put it? Yeah, here it is. So I got this sheath because I know I have a lot of loose fixed blades. So I'm thinking I got it for this. So that ought to fit, right?
Não, não cabe não, é muito grande a bainha.
4 inches. This is a 3 1/4, so this might be more. Oh, that'll definitely fit in there. I think this is for a 4 inch. I can't remember. It's a good question. I'd YouTube it. I'd do a search. I have to hold it. I have to hold my breath for a very long time and get the spasming to go down for hiccups.
O que esse cara quer comigo? Meu Deus.
Okay. So these Ontario knives have been made for like 100 years. High quality carbon steel. So I got this because it was like, hey, these are made out of 1095, and they were for a long time, and then they recently switched it to just high carbon steel. So some people are saying maybe it's like 1070. Yeah, see, they've switched. See, founded in 1889. They've been making this old hickory since 1924, so almost 100 years. So, and these are like $8. So they're very, very inexpensive.
Como assim? Você tá falando que é caro?
Não, é super, super barato.
Quanto? $5?
8.
8? É.
Sim. Mas é qualidade super bom. Com material, tipicamente é material cara.
Olha, legal.
E essa faca é mesmo faca para 100 anos.
Antiga.
Sim, e fábrica aqui na América também.
Legal. Mas qual é a origem dela?
Hum?
A origem é de China? Ou é da América mesmo?
Não, olha, made in Estados Unidos.
Ah, tá. Eu pensei que era só a fábrica, que era aí. Pensei que era de outro país.
So this is probably the cheapest made in USA high carbon steel knife you can get. As you can see, it's not a full tang. It's got the brass rivets there. High carbon steel. Ooh, got a nice edge on it. They've got some oil on it, so that's good. But some people want to use these as like an outdoor knife, like a bushcraft. Let's see. Yeah, that fits.
Olha, coube. Pensei que ia ficar muito grande.
In this case, this serves no purpose because look, that serves no purpose at all.
Ah, ficou folgado.
So,
essa bainha é bonita, né? É de couro?
Sim.
Bonita.
So I can go ahead and take that out and just use it that way. It's even got a drain hole. So It does come out a little bit. It can.
Quem não gosta de samba, bom sujeito não é. É ruim da cabeça.
Okay, that's interesting. I put it around the inside of the entire thing, and so that might be a little bit more appropriate. That might actually, that's even better actually. So I'll probably get another one of these for this guy, and then finally, they do now. First, Victorinox came out with a folding steak knife, and then very quickly, Rough Rider came out with the Carnivore Jack, if you want to see that. And speaking of EDC, when I go out to dinner, even at Blade Show, okay, so here's the Rough Rider Carnivore Jack. It's got actually it looks more like a muskrat, and then they've got that serrated. So I guess this is actually a muskrat design, except they serrated one of them. And yeah, this has gone through a lot of food. I actually took this to Blade Show and I cut up my steak with it. And it comes in a slip like this. So, you know, gentleman folder as well. So that fits right in your pocket. So, and then not to be outdone, Rough Rider came out with the sous chef. This was a gift from Danny's Knives, D's Knives. It's a folding santoku with a lock blade. And this thing is a beast. He cut himself with this. He's like, I'm scared of this knife. It is slicey.
Amor, chega a lâmina perto da câmera pra gente ver. Nossa.
E santoku. Isso é o mais comum tipo de faca para cozinhar em Japão.
Ai, que legal. Vamos fazer sushi.
So,
Sushi.
I put it in this sheath. This was a nylon sheath that had a plastic insert that was really annoying for the dog groomers. The dog groomers has come with a comb, like a grooming comb, and it just wildly slipped in and out of this, so it was just annoying.
Vampiro.
You guys are just getting crazy in these. I'm about to start a throat punch. I do like them during the good value. Yep. Their Ontario Hickory is probably the most inexpensive micarta / titanium frame lock in the market. It's like 40 some. One of my first marine blades. Oh, yeah, they make the. Do you mean you're in the Navy? Were you in the Navy or the Marines or something? Because Ontario makes the. Or Master Joe He's my CEO at all steakhouse. That's a smart choice. I haven't done that yet, but the keg EDC. Ocean has a fancy. Ocean has a fancy folder steak knife. I forgot. It's $99. That's expensive. Made me hungry. I refuse to use serrated. Straight on steak knife. Stick my nose in the air at that though. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, people aren't used to very sharp knives. I see my old steak pictures and my stomach is always like, let's recreate the picture, man. What, with a better steak knife? Can it kill a vampire?
Vampire.
Can what kill a vampire? The old hickory? Because it has wood handles? I'm ordering the Rough Rider right now. Which one? The sous chef? This is the sous chef, the folding santoku, and the Carnivore Jack, which tends to sell out fast. This is the Carnivore Jack. Question incoming about vampires. 8. Yet the sun kills them during the day. Moonlight is just reflected sunlight, so theory shots will kill vampires. Yeah, direct sunlight. There's next to no UV coming off the moon. So, Terran African released a marine blade 10 years back. Okay, a marine blade, like not a nautical knife, a marine blade, like a USMC fighter. What's the rules about vampires again? No sunlight, garlic, crosses, holy water, stake through the chest, and then chop their head off.
É.
Have you guys seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter? That movie was hilarious, so entertaining and interesting. It's, it's just a bizarre movie. Just you think, how did that get greenlit?
Podia ler aquele. O Beijo do. Como é que chama aquele filme, amor? Beijo do Vampiro? Aquele antigaço? Acho que foi com Brad Pitt, sei lá. Sabe?
Right. They also have to be invited into places. If you guys have not seen Nosferatu from F.W. Murnau from 1923, you can see Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula was heavily, heavily inspired by Nosferatu. I think it's been for a long time. Unfortunately, it is a sweet one. That both this and the Carnivore Jack, to my knowledge, sold out really quickly. This sold out probably in a month. It was just the best. The best vampire documentary was called Dracula Dead and Loving It. I recommend you watch it to learn about vampires. Okay, cool. The best extraterrestrial / skinwalkers documentary. It's on Hulu. I'll have to remember what it is. There was some reporter that spent decades on this ranch that's just had tons and tons of documented cases of like skinwalkers and extraterrestrials and supernatural. It's completely bizarre. I can do a whole thing on ghosts if you want. Like I've had my haunting experiences. Maybe I'll do like a Halloween episode. I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm going to be busy this weekend. I should pull out my Joker knife too. It's getting close to an hour. I like to keep these to 45 minutes to an hour. So, okay. I'll open the Lizard Lick. So you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen, I got the 12, it's been on sale forever on SMKW, the Lizard Lick, big old like monster fixed blade. I don't know what this is. Towing and recovery. I guess it was a reality pen. Self-defense tool, glass breaker, handy multifunctional tool. Sometimes the pen is mightier than the sword. So this is just, Amy's tow truck tactical pen. It's just a tactical pen. It was like super discounted. And I needed a tactical pen. And I didn't want to pay a lot for it. Like Gerber has a tactical pen that's like stupid expensive. It's aluminum. It's fairly heavy. Let's see.
Ai.
There we go.
O que aconteceu? Ah,
Okay, so glass breaker, lick life, they're calling it. This is all rubberized down here, so it's got good grip. So I suppose glass breaker / self-defense. I don't know. It's a bit heavy though. Not too thrilled about how heavy it is. Not too thrilled about the opening and closing either, because you just have to like unscrew it a whole bunch. It's kind of annoying. It writes. Okay, tactical pen.
ela de um lado ela tem alguma ponta, alguma faca? Eu não
What we do
reparei.
in the shadows. What's that about? What we do in the shadows? I am big into paranormal and extraterrestrial. Yeah, I've seen a UFO as well. Very, very clearly. I think I covered it in one of my things. It seemed to be using a quantum warp drive that the Navy has come out and said they have patents on. Would you part with yours, Hollywood? I trade you the Rough Rider Blackbeard large lockback for it. I don't know what the Blackbeard large lockback is. I'll have to look that up. I would doubt it because this was a gift from D's Knives, and I friggin' love it. I mean, I friggin' love this knife. So I would doubt there's any lockback I'd be terribly interested in, unfortunately. I apologize. So probably not. Although I'm sure you might be able to have some luck on the secondary market. I wouldn't be surprised. Wow, it sold out that quick, huh? Okay. It's a mockumentary, though, right? The Blackbeard is sweet with the red skull in it. I'm not too sure I'm into skulls. UFO story time, please. Okay, so I was with a friend. We were not on drugs. We were stone cold sober, and we were looking across over at the horizon. I'm pretty sure the helicopter base that we were next to was decommissioned by that point. I'm pretty sure, but hadn't been long. If it had been, probably very recently, and it was like a black orb, I suppose. Well, here, wait. I'll leave this up. Yes, I have a lot of hobo knives. I have one in my backpack that I always carry around. I have little mini ones. I've had a hobo knife for that was another one of my EDCs technically, because hobo knives do have a knife in them as well. But all through college, I always had a hobo knife. So this is the one I carry around now. That's a lot of oil. That is an awful blade with a blunt tip. The one I carried in college was way nicer than this. Just too bad. That one got taken away, so it is no longer in my possession.
O FO
I
é
do
OVNI?
like.
É, amor?
Hã? Quê?
Ele tava falando sobre OVNIs, acho que eu confundi o assunto. O FO significa?
Scales are beautiful. The skull is cheap looking, almost ruins the knife. Actually, yeah. Sometimes I don't like it. Hey, Alex. Don't
Cadê?
distract the black. I don't have a favorite. I just get these cheapy ones. I'll be honest. Okay, let's see. So I also have. I also have this. This is a second one I picked up. The snack pack. I have the other one. I don't remember where I used to carry that around with me. And then I got this second one as well. But I already have one of these Boker ones. I actually like these better because it's got the salt and pepper shaker. And, it's more like a fixed blade, It's more full-sized. It doesn't fold. So I actually like these kind the best. And out of all of them, I like the Boker one the best. I also have the K-Bar Spork. I have that. So I have that's another sub-collection, hobo type knives. This one that I showed you is a true hobo knife, and I know like Case makes an expensive one, but I would never pay that much for one. I've lost a couple of these too, more than my original one. There's also a recent one I also lost again. So this is like the third replacement. But since then I've had other ones too. So, what, the snack pack? Yeah, snack pack. That's what it's called. But you want to look in your fixed blade laws. I mean, because that would technically be a concealed fixed blade. So there's that. All right, so the black orb. Let's go back to the black orb. Okay, here we go. So let me show you how. Okay, so this is my best understanding. Don't quote me on it. I'm not sure this is exactly how it does or doesn't work. So I just had a little orb here that I can demonstrate. To find another one. It's just in my hand. So this is $50. It's getting pretty good reviews. As you can see, I haven't opened it yet, but I have already a whole bunch of knives I've got set up. Minha voz tá barulho, tá?
Uai, por que sua voz fica fazendo barulho? Não é culpa minha. Eu não tô apertando nada. Melhorou?
Mais ou menos, sim. This is something I used to. This was another way I used to EDC. I carried the TDI, the last ditch LDK. This is the K-Bar last ditch knife LDK. I used to carry it on this gauntlet. So it's this little gauntlet, on my wrist here. And I put it in the laces here like this. I used to wear that every day, so I might start wearing that again.
Nossa, eu nunca tinha visto esse. Você comprou?
Sim.
Você comprou recentemente?
Não, eu trago poucos anos antes, todo dia.
Ah. Você é bem gótico, né?
Hã?
Você tem um estilo gótico, é isso?
É, sim, um pouco. É rock, né?
Ah. Engraçado que os
Here.
roqueiros de Porto Seguro não gostam de samba.
So the orb that I saw. So imagine it was a lot smaller than this, but you could tell it was very far off in the horizon, and it moved like this, like super fast, and it went zoop, zoop,
Uhum.
zoop, exactly to the same point, like multiple times. But there was no acceleration. It didn't speed up and go fast and then slow down. It just was instant motion, instant motion, instant motion, instant motion, instant motion. Now the problem is that so stopping on a dime like that, going super fast and then stopping, in our physics, in Newtonian physics, anything inside there would be smashed up against the wall, would become paste inside. For that matter, the structure itself would be torn apart because a body in motion tends to stay in motion, a body at rest tends to stay at rest, right? So the inertial forces would tear it apart. Furthermore, we have an acceleration curve, right? Nothing with our kinds of propulsion can make something move instantly, right? Except the subatomic particles, electrons, light, right? So a flashlight, you can make it do that, right? So this object moved, boom. I mean, it was across the horizon too. So you see how airplanes in the distance seem to be barely moving at all, right? For this thing to be moving that fast, right? And then finally it did its like last thing and then just went boom off in like a right angle, and within a couple seconds disappeared, went off into space. Now, the only explanation I know of that is quantum is quantum. Let me see if I can demonstrate this. Is quantum movement. Let me see. Okay, so this towel is space time. Okay, so space time is a fragment, is like a fabric. That's why they call it the fabric of space time, right? Imagine grid lines. Okay, now these grid lines are all even, except, so for example, let's say this is the Earth. Because the Earth has gravity bends space time. So can you see the bend in that? So at that place, space time is warped. Now, here's the thing. Now now with with theorized quantum motion, if you have a technology that could bend the space time around the object itself, right? Then the object itself isn't moving. You're just moving space time around it. So if this is space time and you can bend it, you see, it's like the object's moving, but it's actually just moving through space time. So you're bending space time around the object as opposed to moving through it with friction, all the conventional forces. Now, that was always theorized, but it turns out last year when the Navy, remember when the Navy made all the news, the Navy released the 3 videos of UFOs. They also released the fact that they have patents. There's a Navy scientist who has taken out the patent on
Ficou
Pode me
frozen do
escutar?
nada. Posso, agora eu posso.
Ok, plane.
Eles chamam isso de tecnologia reversa, né? Esses movimentos, enfim, não sei falar.
Thanks. Okay, so right, that's not normal. Stopping like that, exactly. It isn't. A plane would fall. Well, a plane wouldn't fall to the ground. It would be torn into pieces, right? So if a plane went like this and it just somehow just stopped, it would be the equivalent of hitting a wall. All the pieces would just go flying off of it. It would be torn into little tiny pieces. Its wings would just instantly snap off. Alien gray physiology versus interdimensional biology. I don't know. A pilot's brains would turn to goop. Yeah, including his whole body. His whole body would be smacked, especially the speeds at which this was going, right? And again, it's even a misnomer to say speed because speed equals acceleration, right? But there was no acceleration. It was just instant movement. I call space people. I don't know what that means. This happened 5 years ago. I don't think doesn't like this video. I didn't believe anti-seed was purple. Oh, you've seen it too? We'll improve that conversation. Yeah, I know. No. Yeah, you know, it's so funny. Who was it that said it? It was like, hey man, if there's reptilians out there or there's an Illuminati, come invite me in. Because I want to go into the inner circle. Like, if that's a thing, you know, it's kind of like the red pill, blue pill. Like, yeah, I'm curious. I'd like to know. It is the government trying to freeze your message. I know, right? But this stuff is out there, you know. I mean, people are talking about it. I just wish more serious people were. If you look at the people who are doing this, they're all a little bit kooky. Very kooky. But at any rate, so that Navy scientist, some people think he's kind of a kook, but he does have patents for the other patents. You could look it up. You know, it's just a part of the journalism. So yeah, so that's the idea of warp, and that's what I think I saw, because what I saw cannot happen in our dimension with our technology, with our physics. It doesn't exist. We cannot do that. So you had to have done something, and the only explanation is what I just mentioned. So the warping of space-time itself. So, you know, like, so if it's here and if I'm able to pinch, anyway, you get the idea. So if I'm constantly pinching this and then pinching it, right? That's how it's moving across, not truly moving across space-time, but moving space-time around it, so to speak. So anyway, that's that.
Que mais tem dessa sacola aí? Espetou bugiganga.
It's very difficult to sharpen opinion. Well, you know, what I've been hearing these days is that that's an old myth that, you know, back in the 50s kind of thing, sure, D2 was hard to sharpen, but that we shouldn't think of it that way anymore, that it's D2 is not truly that hard to sharpen. That's what people are saying these days. And I, you know, haven't really done sharpening, so I can only report what others are saying, that that the idea of D2 being hard to sharpen is yesterday's mythology. My uncle worked in the CIA for 30 years, really, and would only tell me that our society knew the whole truth, it would collapse overnight. See, there you go. There you go. I mean, which there's a deeper question here. What would proof of alien life do to religions, for example? You know, what would it do to our current systems of knowledge? I'm sorry, it's very interesting, Shane. Physics says it's not so. You fan stop on a dime. I space with no repercussions, i.e. broken sight. I don't know what you're saying. I know you're trying to make a joke, but one guilty pleasure I have related to knives is high quality scissors. Really interesting, Sean. I mean, I have Fiskars, and my Fiskars are so amazing. So true. We can't handle the truth. I think we can. I absolutely think we can. I think the people in power can't handle us knowing the truth, because then, I mean, what does a a temporal government mean when we have a cosmic understanding of the universe, you know? Oh, hey, Jayon. So it's too bad if you guys missed out on the induction, because I don't know why it got discontinued, and I don't know why G&G Hawks locks designs go out of production, because their mud went out of production, and now that knife is on the secondary market is incredibly expensive. This was only like, I think, a $25 knife, but I suspect it'll become popular. Why they discontinued it, I'll never understand. I do.
Mm.
I have a whole bunch of Condor blades. I can show them to you. Not now. It's getting late. People would freak out.
Você tem monte de facas, né? Dessa do Condor.
That's correct. That's what he meant. Yeah, markets would crash. It's more than markets crashing. I mean, the notion of capitalism itself is, and to be honest, Shane, in my opinion, I think the CIA is there to prop up capitalism. I think they're just the armed wing of Wall Street. They're trying to keep the economic hierarchy together, because capitalism itself is extremely good at what it does. The problem is, if you have a hammer, everything becomes a nail. And the problem with capitalism is that it's incredible at creating wealth and organizing that wealth, but it's terrible at redistributing it. In fact, it doesn't at all. And it's kind of a religious ideology based on the idea that, we used to say kings were anointed by God to hold the positions they do. Now we're saying the capitalist class, the owner class, the managerial class, is anointed by divine reason that of course they should have a full monopoly on the redistribution of all wealth, or the total absence of redistribution. Like the alien invasion. Once again, I think I said it last time, probably the Machaira Priscilla, because even though it doesn't have great edge retention, not great steel, what matters more is your ability to be nimble with it. So that would probably be it, because it's light. Souped up black bean sauce ramen, add sliced pork, lots of veggies, ghost pepper. No ghost pepper. How did you make black bean sauce? Did you use the stuff, the Chinese black bean sauce?
Ai. JN tava cozinhando.
That sounds awesome. Except the tofu, but that sounds yeah. Ghost pepper. No, thank you with the ghost. You can leave.
Eu já volto.
Entropic paradigma. Capitalism rules. Oh, jeez. So I mean, one of the famous quotes: "You must have a first aid kit to go with your knife collection." I've had some. Oh yeah. No, I mean, I've got this first aid kit. I've got this one. I've got the one that just fell. I've got this one. I've got the one that just fell out, if you guys heard it. I've got one in my backpack. I've got several more. I've got probably about a half dozen first aid kits. And I'm going to beef them up. I haven't really fully sat down. Like, I've added stuff to it. Like, I've got the Bleed Stop, Heat Factory. These all go in here with the rain poncho and etc. So I just need to put it all together. Yeah, just one of a million. This is the instant cold pack. God, I hope it hasn't activated. How do I know it hasn't activated already? Shake contents briefly to activate? I mean, anyway, I hope I haven't activated it by accidentally crushing it. So I should start Actually zipping this thing up. I mean, why would we continue to do the mundane things we did if we understood the full scope of our place in this universe? And let's face it, what we're doing to the planet's climate. You know, if aliens are looking down on us, they're thinking, why are these people hanging on to outdated economic models that they've proven repeatedly? They've spent millions of dollars proving that their economic model is guaranteed to destroy the planet that they're floating on. We wouldn't do it. Second aid kits. Yeah, I know. First aid, second aid, third aid. Grab it. Smash and twist. All you need is first aid kit is turpentine and dirt and duct tape. Don't forget duct tape. Oh, there we go. You got it. And duct tape. That should ensure its quality. Toilet paper. Yeah, I have toilet paper. Third aid kit. Yeah, I have some. I have the camping toilet paper that doesn't have the roll in it. I have that too. Which, you know, people forget is huge. If you can't wipe your ass properly, you'll die. If you can't have clean underwear, clean socks, you'll die. People don't talk about that. But when you talk to refugees, they talk about toothbrushes, underwear, and socks. That's what they talk about. That's how they keep from dying. So it is well over an hour. Sorry, guys. And if you could avoid mentioning things about our relationship, because things have kind of moved on. We're in a transitional period, so I'd appreciate if you guys kept that on the low, because man, itchy crack sucks. Yeah, it'll also fucking kill you. Super glue, yeah. And baking soda is supposed to be the best surgical stitching. Really? Yeah, I didn't know baking soda, but yeah, definitely super glue.
Cólico.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I appreciate you guys tuning in again. It was fun. I can do more stuff like this. The joke happened twice tonight. Weird. Guess it's Thursday to Thursday. Bro, when do conversations not end up with poop and pee jokes? I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just, you know, things have moved on. You know, there are other people watching this, and you know, so oops, I should go back to split screen. Então, fala tchau. Thank you, I appreciate it, EC.
Boa noite, pessoal. Durmam com Deus. Deus.
Thank you, Marcos. Appreciate it.
Good night.
And yeah, I mean, think about any kind of questions you want to ask me, like, you know, big picture questions like that. Like, you know.
Vou compartilhar vídeo de OVNI.
Like, what's the nature of the universe? You know, what's our place in it? You know, what do you think about the temporal realm? You know, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I've heard, seen, experienced some crazy things. And, you know, I have pursued it in a somewhat academic way too, not just sort of wild speculation. This was my EDC. So this is what I was going to show you last time, the quick stud. The wrench goes right inside there. Let me show you my Mordax. So this is the stainless steel one, which obviously looks better on this. This is the brass one. Obviously, it's for like the Buck 110, so it fits with the brass bolsters and everything. But since this is brown micarta, I went ahead and put it on that, and now it's flickable. I mean, it's and the Mordax, it's perfect. Now you can Spidey flick it. You know, you can thumb stud flick it. So it is absolutely perfect with that. See? I don't know. Can you see? See? So I strongly recommend these. The quick stud. They make your lives so much more flickable.
Perguntando se você é gamer.
Yeah, this is the Mordax drop. See the drop? This is the original drop version. 20 CV. Can you see drop? I've slightly covered it, but it's the ProTech Ferrum Forge. Yeah, I showed this to Dave. What's his name? Dave Waterman from ProTech, and they said, "Oh, I see you've changed that." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I took a great knife and I made it perfect." And he laughed. He's like, "Tell that to the Ferrum Forge guys," you know. And I'm like, "They're not going to put a thumbs up on it." Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night. Fechou?
Sim.
Amor, você sabe um monte de coisa.
Eu?
É, você sabe sobre OVNI, sobre um monte de coisa. Isso é muito legal. Eu gosto.
Sim.
Você é muito inteligente. Ó, quebrou. Ah,
Quebrou?
você não fez, não? Quebrou aqui. Olha que horror. Desesperada.